It's one of those weeks where I felt really conflicted because, obviously I wanted the Vikings to win, but my fantasy quarterback was playing against them, so just one of those weeks. At least the Vikings did win, though. All right, time to switch gears. Let's talk about Beast Morphers. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should, because on Mondays, I talk about Power Rangers Beast Morphers in my episode reviews, and on Thursdays, I talk about all things geeky. So, subscribe. Trying out something new, and it was really awkward, so subscribe because you feel sorry for me. Just like always, I will be doing a full episode review, and if you want to skip the full episode review, just click this timestamp right here, and that will lead you to my thoughts on this episode. This is episode 13 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, known as Tuba Triumph. We open on Ravi as he is drawing a picture of a kid playing the tuba. The other Rangers are all playing football, and they all come to him and ask him if he wants to join in. He says no and lies about what he's doing. He hides his drawings, and he says that he is studying, and they're like, all right, well, have fun. And they go off and play football. Appropriate. Ravi then notices the kid getting bullied by a group of bullies for playing the tuba. And they poured a drink down the tuba, and when they leave, the kid goes up to the garbage and throws the tuba into the garbage. Ravi decides to confront the kid because obviously he doesn't want the kid to give up something that he's seemingly enjoying. The kid recognizes Ravi as somebody who does martial arts or does karate in the gym and asks Ravi if he can teach him some martial arts. We're not even going to talk about Ravi not asking why you want to learn martial arts when you were just bullied, because that would be my first question. If I see a kid getting bullied and then asking me to teach them karate, I would first go, why do you want to learn it? Because chances are good he wants to beat up those kids. After the kid leaves, Ravi goes and joins the other Rangers. Roxy shows up where nobody seems to notice her showing up, and she takes the tube out of the trash and turns it into a monster. The monster attacks the Rangers morph and fight the monster, and then Roxy seems to get a little jealous that she's not in on the fight, so she goes and she fights, which was really fun because it's really fun to see her actress actually fight unmorphed. It was her first unmorphed fight, which I think was just a lot of fun to see, even though it only lasts a few seconds, because she morphs only seconds into the fight. Roxy and the monster leave after getting defeated to an extent and leaving the Rangers behind. They go back to Evox's lair, where Roxy decides to, blame the monster that she created for losing. Scrozzle ends up putting this extra thing on him to make his tuba powers just that much more powerful. It's then that Roxy tells the monster to attack Blaze, even furthering the idea that the two of them are not getting along, and this is going to, I think, lead into something that is going to be a bigger story. We've been alluding to this now for a few episodes, and so I really, really think that this is going to evolve into a much larger story, and I cannot wait for it. And I'm assuming it has to do with saving Roxy. But we're going to get to how I feel about the idea of saving Roxy at the end of this. So Nate updates the systems where he then is able to pick up tuba sounds, or the systems that find the monsters are able to pick up on tuba sounds. This doesn't become super important, but it sort of becomes important later in the episode, but whatever. Ravi then goes to teach the kid karate at the gym, and this is where the kid talks about what I talked about a little bit earlier. He just wants to be able to show off or fight off the bullies that were bullying him earlier, that nobody would ever bully him again. And as a kid who studied martial arts, this is definitely something that does cross your mind, but this is why Ravi should have asked that question, especially knowing the kid had just been bullied. But then Ravi, of course, does the right thing and explains what martial arts truly is, and that it is self-defense only, and only there to help your inner self and not help you in the outer world. So, karate, martial arts. The kid at some point finds a picture that Ravi had drawn of him and Roxy together when they were dating before she became this evil avatar. And this is where I'm starting to see that I think Roxy is the one that's going to get saved first, because the love that those two shared, I think, is what is going to ultimately bring her back from where she is right now. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. Wasn't wrong about Nate. Ravi talks to the kid about what he truly loves, and what the kid truly loves was playing tuba, and now he kind of regrets throwing away his own tuba. Ravi, earlier in the episode, did tell the kid that his grandfather was in a jazz band and played tuba. So Ravi goes and finds that tuba and fixes it up and brings it to the kid and gives it to the kid. During this whole time, his mother, who is their mentor, finds out that he has dug up the tuba, and she starts kind of berating him about not getting too distracted as a Power Ranger. That he needs to not be playing tuba because he needs to focus on being a Power Ranger. But Ravi insists that it's not him that wants to play the tuba, it's this kid, and she gives permission to let Ravi give the tuba to the kid. After Ravi gives the tuba to the kid, he goes off back to the park where he was before, and he starts playing the tuba. This alerts the systems that there is tuba sounds in the town, because why else would there be tuba sounds in the town? I mean, other than just the monster. That is literally the only reason, right? Nobody in this city plays the tuba. It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay. When the Rangers find out that it is just the kid playing the tuba, they kind of laugh it off, and then they're attacked by the tuba monster with a little extra oomph in his tuba-ness. Whew, it gets worse, you guys. It gets worse. So the kid is kind of alerted to the sound. He gets up and goes and looks, and he sees the Rangers fighting the tuba monster after they morphed, though I kind of thought that they were alluding to the fact that the kid saw them morph, but he didn't. So that would have been a whole different story. But the kid sees this, and he realizes that he needs to try and help somehow. It's then that Nate says that if they could just figure out a way to neutralize the sound with a similar sound, then maybe they could win. So the kid takes the tuba, goes in front of the monster unleashes this like super tuba sound, and the kid blows into his tuba and somehow has magical tuba powers as well. I miss the days of YouTube Goldar and Magna Defender. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's fine. Roxy ends up failing to get Ranger powers through the little things that they put on the monsters because the Rangers blasted it, and she thought that she got it. She brought it back, and Scrozzle's like, heck no, that's been destroyed. Even I was like, oh, she failed, and she's like, haha, I got it. I was like, oh, okay. That's really poorly written. And then all of a sudden Scrozzle was like, no, it's fine. So well done, Scrozzle, for not making this episode worse. Nate asks the kid if he can record the kid playing the tuba, and they decide to use this in the Megazord fight later, which is like the only important part of the Megazord fight. After the Rangers defeat the tuba monster, they all go back to the gym where they're hanging out with the kid, and the kid is telling them about the time he helped the Power Rangers. I always think that's kind of such a funny moment in Power Rangers, is when the Rangers are kind of sitting there trying not to laugh because this person is saying, hey, I helped the Power Rangers, I wish you could have been there, it was really cool. The only thing that would have made it slightly even better is if he said, yeah, the Blue Ranger's the best, because obviously Ravi was the one he's been hanging out with this entire time. But they didn't go that cliche with it, which I am perfectly fine with. That's not a negative. It's just, that's the only thing that would have made it a little funnier to me. But I don't know, sometimes I like stupid humor, it's fine. Earlier in the episode when Ravi was fixing up the tuba, Ben and Betty come in and take a saxophone and a trumpet. They were trying to clean it out, and cartoony crap happened that I really don't care about, because you know how I feel about Betty and Ben, and the existence that they have in this show. They come out to do their first performance, I think, I don't know, to play their instruments in their new bands that they put together. And of course they're playing terribly, and just then, it just so conveniently, the bullies walk into the gym, walk straight up to Ben and Betty, and just start making fun of them. It's fine. The kid stands up for Ben and Betty and stands up for himself as well, and then finally is able to perfect the tornado kick, which in all reality was not a well done tornado kick, but it's fine. Fine. Ah! The kid then surprises Ravi with a portrait that he had drawn of him and Roxy together, and framed that for him, reminding him, kind of without realizing it, that there's still a good version of Roxy and that he needs to save her. So there you go. So how did I feel about this episode? I thought most of it was pretty terrible. Let's be real. There was very little good about it. I like the fact that there was a lot of Roxy in this episode because we didn't get any Roxy last episode. And you guys know how I feel about Roxy. You know she's one of my favorite characters in the entire show. You know that I think her actress just does a really great job. But yeah, so there's how I feel about the good stuff that I feel about it. Literally the only good thing that I feel about it is Roxy was there. I guess the other part of it too is kind of going back to the roots of martial arts. You really don't see them practicing martial arts that often. Martial arts has become kind of a thing of the past in Power Rangers, which is weird because that's how it started. And that's what helped me form my love for martial arts when I was a kid and into adulthood, why I still do martial arts every single day. It's always a good thing whenever they incorporate martial arts into Power Rangers, even if they do it poorly. So it's fine. So let's talk about the things that were poorly executed in this episode. Let's start with blaming the monster that Roxy made. Roxy blames the monster that she made. Now, they've never made it clear how, when they make a monster, how they set its, like, success rate, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I get that she may have no control over how powerful it is, but at the same time, like, you made the monster. This is your fault. Take blame. They should have just not written that into the episode, like, even a little. So I don't know. It was poorly written, as I'm going to say. I mean, come on, I haven't said it yet this episode. Hasbro, you need a new showrunner for Power Rangers. Call me. This person right here. I may not have ever been a showrunner for a television show before, but I can certainly do better than what you currently have. In the scene where Roxy tells the monster to attack Blaze, they cut it for the theme song. When there were, like, already, like, 2 great moments to insert the theme song, but for some reason theme song just has to be 8 to 9 minutes into the show, which still makes no sense to me. Like, even a little. Like, I can't handle when it comes on, and it frustrates me every time. Because every time I see where it should be, and then I'm like, there it's where it should be, and it's not, and then it cut in the middle of a scene! Fine, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. When Ravi was teaching the kid martial arts, he was like going for it. Like, he was going for some more advanced stuff. Like, the kid had every intention of beating up some bullies. You're supposed to, like, literally, whenever I taught beginners, because I used to teach martial arts, when I would teach beginners, it would literally be what a proper fighting stance is. It would be the backhand punch. It would be the reverse punch. It would be the front leg front kick. It'd be the back leg front kick. And maybe I'll include the side kick pretty early on. But no, he was trying to teach the kid a tornado kick. And mind you, like, they were moving the tornado kick, so it was like an aggressive tornado kick, which is even, like, more advanced. So let's just put this into perspective. I was already nearly an advanced belt by the time I got to learn what a tornado kick. By the time I got to learn the tornado kick, I already knew what it was because I'd seen it many times. Power Rangers did it in the first episode. So, like, I knew what the tornado kick was, but I was, like, nearly an advanced belt when they finally taught me the tornado kick. It is an advanced kick. You don't teach that to beginners. It's just, as a martial artist, that scene bothered me tremendously.
We did not sign up for a geeky karate class.
Okay, Bob. Maybe you're ready for some more advanced training techniques.
Oh, okay.
Try this. Side kick.
Anything you can do, I can do better, baby.
Tornado kick.
I also gotta appreciate the convenience factor that Power Rangers seems to have done in the recent years. Like, they just need there to be something, like, it's kind of like the movie The Room. If you've ever seen The Room, like, they just need convenience writing. Throughout the course of The Room, it's just literally convenience writing. And that just, it's weird. It's weird. So, like, the very end is what I'm talking about. When Betty and Ben are playing their instruments, and the bullies aren't even there. But they're like, well, we need to write the bullies in to come and bully Ben and Betty so that we can have the kids stand up for him. They weren't even in the scene. Like, they could have just been in the background of the scene and it would have been a lot better. But no, they weren't even in the scene. They walked into the gym just being like, hey, we've heard this from across town and we gotta make fun of you for it. Brr. Hasbro, call me. Seriously, day, night, I don't care. I can hear this thing in the middle of the night as long as you call me. You just can't text me because I do have it set to do not disturb, but I do have it set up so that you can call me. So you can call me at midnight, it's fine. I'll be cranky and probably sound like death because I just woke up, but call me because I can't. This episode was bad. This episode was just bad. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode of Beast Morphers in the comments below. Let me know if you're just as frustrated with a lot of the things I was frustrated with, or let me know the things that you thought were good that I missed. Let me know in the comments below. I need Beast Morphers to get better because it has so much potential, but it's not reaching its potential, and it's making me very sad that Jason is going to be attached to this season. Like, it makes me sad because he deserves better than this. So that's all I have to say about that. I'll see you guys all on Thursday with my more normal geeky video where hopefully I won't be this angry. So. Why do you watch my channel? I don't know why you watch my channel. Let me know in the comments below why you watch my channel, because oh my goodness. This is why I drink. I have this whole like series on my channel about the reasons why I drink. Sometimes Power Rangers is one of those reasons.